Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. I don't always tell you what you want to hear, but I tell you what you need to hear to make an informed decision. And if you're not familiar with how important tokenomics are when you invest in crypto, or if you just don't understand them, you need to watch this video. Now, I'm going to warn you, if you don't like data and numbers, you probably shouldn't watch this video. Now, the guy that created this information is James at Invest Answers, and I highly recommend you watch his channel. Definitely click the link down below and watch the full video if you really want to get a solid understanding of his perspective and how important tokenomics are. Now, to make it really simple, guys, I want you to imagine you have a Ferrari fresh off the showroom floor. And you're like, 1,000 horsepower. I have the best driver in the world. This thing handles amazing, going around the curves. Well, I make a bet with you that I can get in that new Hyundai that'll do about 110, and I will bet you more than you can afford to lose that I can outrun you. Well, here's the thing, guys. I want to up that bet, and you do too, but you shouldn't, because you think that that horsepower and handling and that driver is going to win the race. But I happen to know that your Ferrari has a governor on it. Well, that's tokenomics in crypto. I don't know if you've ever rented like a U-Haul it, but the governor keeps that truck from going like more than 72 miles an hour. Well, that's the same with tokenomics. And how tight that governor is on that Ferrari depends on how bad the tokenomics are, which leads us to this video. Now, James has went down the rabbit hole and put a lot of numbers together, and he basically is measuring about 7 different ways of tokenomics. Now, I'm not going through all of them, but I want to bring some of them that are really important to all of us for 2023 if you own XRP or any of the ISO 20022 compliant tokens. Now, also, guys, you need to understand tokenomics no matter what project you're in, whether it's a meme coin or if it's a metaverse play, whatever, tokenomics matter. And the majority of people have no idea. So when you hear those influencers telling you crazy numbers, for instance, about XRP, talking about $100, $1,000, $10,000, $50,000 XRP, they obviously do not understand tokenomics. And that's why I'm here to do this video. Guys, I don't like telling you this information. I didn't like learning about tokenomics. I didn't like finding out that some of my favorite projects like HBAR doesn't have the tokenomics I want. But guys, we're going to dive into it, and I'm just going to give you the information. Do with it what you will. Now, that being said, there's different levels. Even though these tokenomics are not what we want, they can change over time. And that's the difference between having an understanding of where they are now and where they're going to be. And here's the cool thing, because this is not negative information, in my opinion, because it tells us, just like in the Ferrari analogy, I wouldn't place that same bet, right? So if you understand the tokenomics, you might stack your bags a little different. But here's the biggest part is you'll know more when to sell. Because guess what, guys? We want to follow, hopefully front run the smart money. Well, I got news for you guys. The smart money set up this tokenomics. They set up their tokenomics to benefit them, not us. You can't blame them. But once we understand how they see things and get their perspective, guys, we're good. So that's what we're going to dive into. I hope you stay with me. And You'll learn a lot. And again, click the link down below and watch the full video with James. Now, here's the composite that he put together. He basically ranked all the, say, top 250 tokens that are popular. He didn't add in like the meme coins. These are the popular real world utility tokens that people know and use and buy every day and you hear about in social media. Now, the number one on the list, and again, has nothing to do with being a banking token or anything else, XRP, worst tokenomics in crypto. Unfortunately, one of my favorites, HBAR, which bear with me, guys, it's not as bad as you think. And then when you scroll down, ChainLink. So those are the three worst in order ISO20022 compliant tokens. Now, I'm also going to talk about Algorand, which is another one of my favorites, and it didn't make the list, but it got close, and I need to bring some of the tokenomics to your attention because, guys, we have unlocks, some massive unlocks happening in 2023, and if you don't understand what that means, you're going to get wrecked, or you definitely are going to watch something pump, and then it's going to fall apart, and you're going to miss that boat. So that's why you need to understand. So let's get into it. Now, before we do, I'm just going to let you hear from James just for a second. Now, guys, I'm telling you, he worked for Goldman Sachs, I believe, back in the day. He came out of early retirement. He is very, very financially savvy. You can learn a lot from him if you want to learn. But, guys, if you don't understand tokenomics and your risk reward, it's just a matter of time until you get wrecked. But I really believe that if you understand tokenomics and you're not just looking to hype up and stack a bag and hope that you get financially wealthy, you can go down the rabbit hole and educate yourself. It might not be 1 or 2 steps, it may be 50 or 150 steps, but you can probably get to where you want to be. Not financial advice, but guys, knowledge is power, and if someone is biased, be careful.
Now, that's a quick warning for everybody as well. I'm going to blow this up so you all see. For those who are sensitive to numbers and data, or if their token is caught up in here, step aside. You may not want to see what's coming, okay? And again, I'm just presenting numbers and math and data. It's love. So,
like you said, guys, it's love. And right out of the bat, you know, James is a lot softer than I am. You know, I kind of am pretty direct and blunt. I'm thinking, hey, we're all big boys. This is your money. Do with this information as you will. But as a friend, I should give you this information. I owe it to you. And anyone that is pumping their bag in a biased way in their channel, guys, they're not your friend. They do not have your best interest at heart. And I want you to be in a position, and if you are, in my opinion, you are in that position to take advantage of the next bull run, which, if we get regulation and a few things line up, could be the biggest opportunity in the history of the world. I really believe that. That's why I founded this channel, and that's why I give you the good, the bad, and ugly, so you can make the best decision for you and your family, and hopefully take advantage of what's coming down the pipe. Because, guys, I can't be more bullish. I want to be clear. I can't be more bullish. But I'm not going to hype up and give you unfactual information. Now, this is really important as far as just understanding right out of the gate. Guys, when they launch these tokens, what you want to see in a pretty fair thing is that everyone outside of, yes, the developer, the team, the founders, they should get a little bit. 5, 10, 8%, 15%, man, 25%. That's pushing it. And then let everyone else have access to the rest. Well, XRP only allowed 0.20%. Guys, we're talking about 20% of 1%. When XRP launched, they kept 99.80% of the tokens. 100 billion. So that means every time they sold anything at volume, think about it, guys. What's a million shares at $1? Nothing, right? But look at how much money it is to them. And not only that, and I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, that's for you guys to do. They should have had all that supply already in the market. They already set it up to unlock those years ago. And if right now all the tokens were in the market, it'd be great. And a project that old, they should be. Now, don't take my word for it. James talked about that in this video, and feel free to go hear what he said about it. Now, so they kept almost every bit of the tokens. So anyone, now I want you to think about this, anyone that bought after that launch, guys, just donated money to XRP. So every time they sold, it's free money. When you bought, you're the one that put that money in their pocket, whatever that's worth. Now, Hedera is number 3rd on this list, but now they kept 80%. That's still a huge number. Now the difference is they've been putting more on the market faster, unlike Ripple XRP. Now when you scroll down the list, that brings the next one, that is the number 4 token that I kind of just felt obligated to tell you guys. It's at 45%. But at least the majority of the tokens were allocated for the public. That's better. And then ChainLink's not on the list. That's pretty good. Now, here's the most important thing, guys. Whether you appreciate this video or not, you need to understand this unlock that's coming down the pipe in 2023. Because let's say Bitcoin keeps going, because it's been pumping since January 1, and we start to get a semi-bull run, right? It's starting to turn. Well, when these unlock happens, guys, this is all profit. Or, depending on how long they've held them, they're just ready to get their money out. So anytime you get an unlock, for the most part, you're going to see a huge dump. The price is going to fall. Now, I'm not going to get into the other tokens, but I just want to make people aware that STEPN has such a huge unlock coming down the pipe in 2023, guys. It cannot keep up with demand. Be careful. I would take my profit if I owned it, not financial advice. But now, the first on the list for the ISO banking tokens is XRP. And guys, they are going to unlock almost $18 billion worth of XRP at the price it was of this chart. $17,900,000,000, right? 17.9 billion. Now, ChainLink is going to unlock 2.9 billion. But look at the difference, guys. 18 billion compared to 3 billion for the most part. Now, Hedera is on the list as well at 1.1 billion, 1.01 billion. Now, think about this, guys. XRP Ripple is going to unlock more tokens in a month than Hedera, which is on the list of the worst tokenomics out there. They're going to unlock more in a month than they are the whole year. Guys, that's a huge amount of selling pressure. Now, James totally educated me something on volume, and I follow volume for countless years. When I trade, whether it's day trade or swing trade, volume really matters, because let's say you go long on a trade and the volume starts to slip, you want to get out, cover. And the same thing is when you go long and there's no volume, you know it's not going to maintain that pump. Well, I didn't realize that in the big picture, every day you want to see minimum, which is what James talks about, at least 1% volume of supply being traded every day. He calls it the kiss of death. Now, I don't totally agree with that, but I do know it has merit, but he highly educated me on that. Well, here's the deal, guys. The first one on the list is Algorand, which has the best volume, but it's not even 1%. It's half of a percent. He wants you to be minimum 1%. XRP is about the same. It's less than a half a percent at 0.242. That means, guys, that we are highly been misinformed. Like you hear all these influencers pumping how, oh, the whales are buying and all that, and the banks are buying XRP. Look at this volume. Guys, it has no volume. And my educated guess is that is the wallets of Ripple just doing arbitrage with their ODL. And I'm not going to get off track on that, but that's another thing, guys. Ripple is, buying low and doing arbitrage and leasing to their banks and their customers, not selling. They say it's selling, it's not selling. Ripple never sells them the token. They lease it to them and then they buy more with the percent of profit. So guys, that's even worse. So if you took how much Ripple buys and sells every month, there's no telling how low the XRP volume is. And here's the significance, just so you know, if you don't understand, is when you have the selling pressure and the inflation, which we're going to talk about, coming down the pipe, you can't maintain it. So there's no way, mathematically, there is no way that if XRP, say, rallies to $1 somehow tomorrow, a week later, it can't be at $1. It can't maintain that. Now, we're not talking about an extreme of winning the court case, but even then, no matter, in my opinion, not financial advice, no matter how high XRP pumps, period, it will not maintain that if you understand the tokenomics. I'm not going to debate it with someone that can't, mathematically show me what James has showed everyone. Mathematically, you can't do it. Now, what else is on the list? Did I mention everyone? That's yeah. Well, anyway, so now here's selling pressure, guys. Now this is selling pressure per the supply. Now I want you to think about something, guys. Hedera selling pressure per supply is 56.11%. Guys, that means, and I say this with love, it's one of my favorites, and bear with me, I'm going to explain to you why we can get past that, but we need to understand this. That means that they have that kind of pressure every single day. So they got to have 56% growth of people wanting to buy Hedera to stay the same. That's why Hedera can't maintain a pump. We'll get into that. Now, XRP, 85% sales pressure, guys. And then ChainLink has 81%. And guys, that's why you haven't seen either one of those tokens pump for any amount of time in a long, long time, because they can't maintain it. And we'll get into how they can in a bull run. But in a bear market, you know that if they have that kind of sales pressure and tokenomics and inflation, they can't, guys. They just can't. But I want you guys to understand that. Now, Here's the inflation rate. And hopefully everyone understands inflation rate. And basically what that means is, for instance, in America, the real inflation rate's around 15%. Let's just call it that. And if you got $100,000 in the bank, whatever that will buy you today, if the economy or if your paycheck grows by 15%, you can buy the same stuff and live the same lifestyle. If you make the same amount of money the year before and the inflation, which is the government printing money, you basically lost 15% buying power. That truck, that fishing rod, whatever, is basically costing you 15% more. Your lifestyle is going to change. Now, when we scroll down here and we look at the inflation rate, which means that XRP and these tokens we're going to talk about have to grow by this amount to stay the same price. Algorand is at 22%. Actually, I think HBAR, HBAR is 24%, Algorand is 22%, and XRP is at 22%. Guys, that is a huge amount of growth. If it was Wall Street and you grew by 22%, you would be on every channel about how explosive your growth is. Granted, that's a big different thing in crypto. Now, so that's it, guys. You got XRP, Hedera, and ChainLink. Worst tokenomics of the ISO20022 compliant tokens. But guys, it's some of the worst tokenomics in all of crypto. And then obviously Algorand, at least was in the running to be on this list for whatever that's worth. And again, I love these projects, not insulting them. I want everyone to understand. Now let's go into, does it matter and what's the significance of this bad tokenomics? Well, they set that up honestly for them to make money, and that's fine, and maybe grow the projects. Because look, guys, the demand for all these projects is going to be tremendous. So they wanted to make money and have money to grow the ecosystem and grow the developers, etc. I get that, and that's fine. But here's the deal. They need to be unlocking that and getting those tokens out over time. And in 3 to 4 or 5 years, when the demand really kicks in, and we're talking 10, 15, 20, 25x from here, maybe 100x of demand, which is coming, all those tokens are out there. So you can invest real money, let's say, 5 years from now in HBAR, and all those tokens are out there. You're not concerned with waking up in the morning and you got dumped on and your, $10, $20 HBAR dropped to $3. Well, here's the problem with XRP. And again, guys, figure this out for yourself. Do your own research, but you'll come to the same formula. XRP should have already had all their tokens out there. They've been doing this for what, 8, 9 years? And I didn't know this until I did some research about 3 or 4 months ago. XRP, you know how they allocate or they hold back and they can only dump 1 billion tokens a month, and then they dump 300 million on average? Guys, they've been doing that the whole time. If they would have stuck, and people, this is the difference of the influence that drive me insane. They say, oh, look, XRP, Ripple held back. They didn't sell all they could because they think it's going higher. No, because they're doing arbitrage. They want to save them for ODL because ODL is their money source and dumping is their money source. But ODL is cash flow. But they're buying and selling, buying and selling. So not only have they taken 99.8% of all their tokens, they're reusing them the same way like with ODL. And people are like, well, they can't process trillions of dollars with 100 billion tokens. Guys, I've already done the math once and I created a video. Right now, With XRP at $1, Ripple can process all the money on the planet pretty much every hour. Actually, I think that was at $2. Every hour they can process all the money in circulation, all of it. So XRP at $5 or $10, if it just sat there for 1,000 years, not 1,000 years, but forever in our lifetime, they never ever need XRP to rally, ever. So all that hyped up stuff, guys, it's just wrong. So anyway, I didn't mean to get on my little high horse about XRP. But guys, I want you to understand that in 5 years from now, my educated guess is either XRP has created another token that they're using for like ODL or cross-border payments, or their supply is probably really close to where it is now. It really depends on how much they want to dump. But ODL, as long as it's working, and guys, I'm not ragging on Ripple whatsoever. It is the best. Honestly, they should teach this at Harvard and probably will. It's the best business model I've ever seen to make Ripple money. Not to make me and you money, to make Ripple money. And they're going to use XRP just like they say. It's all out there, guys. If people don't spin it, they said XRP is for a bridge asset. David has said we created XRP to sell and make money and use as many ways like ODL as possible to create cash flow. They didn't create XRP to make the average person that doesn't even understand tokenomics a millionaire. Good luck with that strategy, guys, and I say that with love. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Now I want to leave you with one more thought. Ripple's going public. And if you don't understand what that means to go public, their roadmap, their game plan is to go public. That's where the big money is. XRP is a cash flow asset to make them money. The way they're going to get wealthy as individuals, which they're already bizarrely wealthy, but I'm talking about like on the Forbes list, is when they go public and Wall Street and the banks will not buy XRP unless they're just doing a trade. They're not going to own it and they're not going to invest in XRP. But the whole world, all the smart money, Wall Street are going to dive into Ripple in a big way. And then Ripple will answer to the stockholders. They're not going to care about the crypto community. And I'm not ragging on those guys. They're great guys. They're highly respected and all that. But they have created a business to make themselves financially wealthy and to make all the stockholders as wealthy as they can. And they're going to use XRP and the XRP ledger exactly like it was created to make them wealthy. It wasn't created to make the average person wealthy. So be careful where you get your information, guys. I highly recommend you go down the rabbit hole. And if you do, it's not too late to capitalize. And you'll understand if somehow after the court case and XRP rallies to $5, $10, you'll understand you should take your profit and not hold on for 10,000 XRP. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. This is not financial advice. That being said, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit that notification so you don't miss anything. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. And if you disagree with how tokenomics work, hit me with facts. I'll create another video and correct anything I've said wrong. But I highly recommend go watch James. He's got a great channel and he's very intelligent, and you will be better off and a better investor if you do that. That's all I got. Hit that like button and come back and be part of this community. Take care, guys.